Hi guys and welcome back to Sports Going HD. Welcome back to the QPR series where I'm now in February. Just finished the January transfer window, and of course, as I said in last semi-update video, we've had a influx of cash because I did the editor. I edited the finance series through Financial Real-Time Editor. Watch that video. I'll probably put an annotation on it so you can go back and see that what I did. But I give us £15 million to spend in transfers. Due to the lack of funds that were forthcoming from the owner. So yep, that's what I've done, and to be honest, it saved this series, because I was getting really frustrated with it, the financial situation, how the game kept on screwing me over. So to be honest, the influx of cash has really sparked my interest in this save, and I can't stop playing it now, and it really has saved my interest in this series. So yeah, it was very, very, very much worth it. So yeah, today, going to do something a little bit different. It's going to be recap the fixtures, of course, but then rather than a live com, it's only Leicester. I mean, they're my team I support, so rather than do that, they're in a relegation battle. So I feel like doing a bit, just an in-depth talk about the transfers I've made and that are going to happen, things I might look to do in the summer window. Look at the squad that's for the rest of this season as well as for next season, and just do a bit of a transfer talk and just what I think on this series so far, I guess. So, but first of all, we've got to recap the previous month's fixtures. To be honest, we've not had that many games since last episode, where we lost 2-0 to Brentford in the FA Cup. Dreadful performance. It wasn't. No, the performance wasn't too bad. Like, we were knocking the ball around quite nicely. We just didn't put get the end product. But then, since then, we've really have kicked on, because we beat Everton 3-1. Kolo Toure, Alberto Pelucci and Adel Taarabt get the goals. And then we beat Tottenham 4-2 away at White Hart Lane. If they still play at White Hart Lane, I don't know, because they might have actually built the new ground now. No, it's still White Hart Lane. And we beat them 4-2. Dribble Cisse got a hat-trick. Wilfred Zaha also scored, so that was amazing. And after that game, there was actual talk of Dribble Cisse getting back into the French national team, so he's been on amazing form. Then we drew 0-0 with Sunderland. And all that's meant is that we are now currently sitting in 6th in the table, which is not too shabby at all. We are currently how many points of Champions League? Oh my god, we're only 2 points off Champions League. We could still do this, but my aim is still Europa League, the top 7 finish. I believe top 7, is it top 7? Is it top 7? Qualification. No, you've got to get 6th and then other than the cups. So yeah, we're going for 6th, top 6. So if we can finish where we are now, get ourselves a Europa League spot, I'll be very, very happy. Now, on to the nuts and bolts of this episode, transfers. Okay, so what we did is, we were very active actually. We brought in Alberto Boitia, this guy. Brought him in, really cheap, centre back, some really good stats. Signed him to quite a long-term contract considering he's only 25 years old. So yep, really pleased with that one. Really cheap as well, 2.8 million. Then I made the most important signing of the summer of this January window. Nathaniel Klein has finally joined us. He snubbed Newcastle in favour of a move to us, mostly because I was prepared to offer £35,000 a week in wages, plus also a bonus if he gets international call-up. No, I didn't negotiate that bit in. Cool, right. So Nathaniel Klein is now our new right back. Then this man joined us. I believe he's a World Cup winner. Spanish international from Barcelona, Pedro. Yes. Wow. Oh my god, this guy is... literally shows how far we've come. This guy is insane to be able to get this deal. I can't believe we managed to get him on loan. That's amazing. Then we brought in Nathan Redmond, sorry. Another English right winger. He can play either wing, but it will be a right winger predominantly. Birmingham having a really bad season, so no doubt they did sell him to us, cashing in. And great player. So another brilliant winger. And yes, we are now very heavy weighted on the wings, so loads of them. Then another English player, Mason Bennett, brought him in for £9 million. Was it 9 million? Yeah, bought him in for 9 million. 17 years old. Now you might think that's a lot of money for a 17-year-old, but he's already got 13 goals and 4 assists in the Championship this season. This guy, and he's only 17 years old. This guy is going to be an incredible player. So yeah, brought him. And then the player, I believe it was when I asked you for transfer targets for last summer, the player came up a lot, and I've signed him on loads of previous FMs, and he's always done really well. Carlos Fierro. Buy him in on this one now. His attributes at the moment aren't great, but to be honest, I know what he's like. I know what he turns into. So another really cheap, actually cheap considering what his potential. Well, his potential is 4.5 million. Isn't a lot of money at all. And then with regards to players going, of course we got rid of Anton Ferdinand, Bobby Zamora. That shifted 100,000 off the wages. Then to throw in a bit more, we got rid of Andy Johnson, which got even more wages off our budget. Angelo Belanto went on loan to Tranmere, and then Maximir went on a free transfer. So yeah, the squad now looks a bit like this. I mean, talk about lack of English players is, you know, there's very, like, we are literally multinational. This team is. There is not that many English players, to be honest. I mean, when I last looked at it was before I made the signings of Mason Bennett, Nathan Redmond, and Nathaniel Klein, and it was even worse. We had even less English players, so not too bad. The squad at the moment, really pleased. I think we have enhanced it so much since over this January window. Really have kicked on a lot in terms of improving the squad now, and that sort of led me to think about next season and what we're going to be doing with the team. And well, for this season, I would say the strongest team is, because I probably will stick with a 4-2-3-1 for this season, and I think Julio Cesar in goal, Nathaniel Klein at right back. Where is Nathaniel Klein? I can't see him. There he is. And then Jose Angel will continue at left back, and Stefan Ambia, because I think he's a tank. And I probably will stick with, once he's fit again, Colo Torre, because he's done really nicely this season. He's actually been a bit of a surprise. I didn't think he'd be that good, so I probably will stick with Colo Torre at the back, to be honest, as first choice. Diakite's been my first choice ball-winning midfielder, but I might go with Williams a bit more, actually, considering that next season I think I will be using Williams as my first choice. Yeah, I think we'll go with Williams as first choice ball-winning midfielder. Fowlin is the deep line playmaker, first choice this season anyway. Advanced playmaker Adel Tarap. The guy, he's really talented, but he's just not learning new positions, which is frustrating, but he's brilliant in that role. So yeah, Thomas Ince at left wing, he's now developed into a really key player for us. Now down the right wing, now this is where we're very heavily loaded. Junior Hoylett for me now is a left winger. That's where, or an inside forward left winger sort of thing. That's where I plan to use him a lot. I don't really tend to use him that much on the right wing at all anymore, considering I've got Wilfried Zaha and Nathan Redmond going forward. They're now my right wingers. Of course, we've got Pedro and Sidney Sam on loan this season, but they won't be here next year. So for this season, it's got to be Pedro, isn't it? It's got to be Pedro. Pedro is the right winger now for the remainder of this season. But I will rotate the likes of Zaha and Redmond in to keep them happy and developing. Up front for this season, it's got to be Dribble Cisse, because the guy's on fire. But to be honest, Pelosi, it could be either of them, Cisse or Pelosi. So that's all steps, can change. But that's for this season. Now, for next season, what I'm looking at doing is actually maybe making a 4-4-2 formation. I've actually written down the team, so I can, what I'm thinking of using as my squad for next season. If we get like a 4-4-2 formation, I'm thinking of using, probably stick with, I forgot to share actually a couple of transfers I've done for the future. This guy's joining us on a free transfer. I can't remember if I said it in the previous episode. Aliyama Ahamada is joining for free transfer in the summer, but I'll probably loan him straight back out, to be honest. And also Gelaman Okia. Okay, we'll go with that. He's now going to be another goalkeeper. Koo Ja Chul, South Korean midfielder. So yep, got him joining. And Simon Kie, or Kia, Danish centre back. So yep, those guys are joining us. So with regards to what I'm thinking of doing with the 4-4-2 formation for next season, is I'll probably will stick with Julio Cesar in goal, with Okia as a backup, and then Armada will be third choice, but will be loaned out ideally. Then left back, I really am not sure what, because both of our current players are on loan, so I'll probably have to go out and buy myself a left back or two left backs. Will have to be bought for the summer. That's going to be the key area to strengthen, I think. Then a centre-back, I want to go with Akore. I really want to develop him a lot more because I think he's got so much potential, and he's been with us now since the start, and I think I will look to make him a key player for next season. So I'll probably start him alongside Mbia at the back, I think, because Mbia is just a rock for us. Although his tackling isn't that solid, Mbia's isn't. If you look at it, it's a 14. It could be a lot higher, but he's a rock, and we'll continue to use him for next season. He's only 27 years old, so he's still got years ahead of him. And then Simon Kier, we first choice backup alongside Botia. And that leaves me with Nedima Nua. Now, the key thing about Nedima Nua is his pace. Now, his pace lends itself to him being able to play down this right back position a lot more. So Nathaniel Klein will be my first choice right back, with Nedima Nua as my backup right back, I think, for next season. I'll look to continue his training to make him a first choice, make him able, very solid right back, I think, as a good defensive, but also quite attacking because of his speed. So very good option, I think. And then boarding midfielder, Williams will be my first choice for next season, I think, because I like his attributes a lot more. Diakite will be back up with Simao. Now I've got Simao as the third choice, and also Diakite. Both of them are backup and third choice. But to be honest, because if you look at Simao, he's actually a anchorman, and Diakite is also prefers to play as a defensive midfielder. So if we were to go with a diamond formation, for example, they would be fitting in quite nicely in there. But for the purpose of this, for 4-4-2, they'll be backups. And then deep line playmakers. Now, I probably will stick with Andre Fowlin because he's been amazing for us this season, and he's still 27 years old, so he's got loads of time ahead of him yet. And his key attributes are great, so he will continue to be my deep line playmaker for next season, with Esteban Granero as a backup, and then Kuja Chiu, who I'll probably nickname, I don't know, as a third deep line playmaker. And also Granero, of course, can play as an advanced, or is an advanced playmaker, is an attacking midfielder. So if we were to go with that, he'll support Adel Tarap in that role. This formation, by the way, is not including Adel Tarap. I've not even put his name down on here. But bear in mind, when we play advanced playmaker, Adel Tarap and Granero will be functioning in that role. With regards to the wings, left wing will probably be Thomas Ince and Junior Hoylett. Well, that's what it will be, actually. Thomas Ince, of course, we bought him ages ago now. Ages ago, right at the start. This guy's developed really nicely. I had to pause the video, forgot what I was saying now, but Thomas Ince has developed really nicely, so had him since the start. Can play on either wing, but he's left winger, to be honest. And he's first choice winger. He's been first choice this season, as you can see. 17 appearances, 1 goal, 6 assists. And he'll continue to be first choice next season with Junior Hoylett as his number 2, I think. Although Junior Hoylett is a... I can't even see him. Where is he? There he is. Although he is actually a right winger and right-footed, I think he lends himself to being an inside forward. And he'll play on both wings, but he'll be a left winger, I think, predominantly, when I need cover for that role. Then Redmond will be right winger, I think, with Wilfred Zaha lending himself nicely to being his number 2 backup. Although he says he's a striker, look at those attributes. They do not lend themselves at all to being a striker. 10 finishing, 9 composure. It's just not good enough. So inside forward is his role. That's where I see his future being, certainly in the game. In the future, it's another, in real life, that's another case in point completely. But those two will make up my wings. Up front, the big man. Well, he's not. I don't know. Is he big? Is he big? Is he big? Not particularly. Adam Ilson will be up front. Again, another player. He's not developed really in terms of his attributes that solidly, to be honest. I don't think. But to be honest, I think that's a real issue in this year's game. I don't think it's. I don't know if it's realistic, but it's not as easy to develop a player's attributes this year because you can't do individual focus training like you could do on last year's game, where you get training schedules, download them off the internet, stuff like that. I used to be able to develop players really quickly, I could, and really efficiently. This year it's so much harder. And to be honest, Wilfred Zaha is the main example of that. He's just not developed really. Then up front, will play alongside him will be Alberto Pelosi, just because I think he's a tank. I think he's played amazing this season. And then Carlos Fierro, because now the Carlos Fierro will be back up because of his age. He'll rotate in just to give him enough game time, alongside as well as Mason Bennett. Both of them will rotate in the team. So that leaves me, of course, with Dribble Cisse, and to be honest, Cisse will go. His attributes are only going to get worse. You can see he's already on the... Okay, his balance has gone up with a few other things, but he's already on the decline speed-wise. So Dribble Cisse will be looked to offload 60,000 a week as well. So look to get rid of him, I think. Of course, Gumman Lux is leaving us. All the loans will leave as well, and I think Gulaman Okia. I think he's a really good not good goalkeeper. I don't think he's a great goalkeeper. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I think though. I can't believe he's at Ajaccio still. I'm surprised he's not been bought, but as a free transfer, not too bad at all. And if you think about it, I can always sell him on for profit. I can. Almada is a different. I don't even know how you say that. It's a different kettle of fish altogether. This guy's still so young for a goalkeeper, and he's got some really, really solid stats already. So, first choice number one will become a future number one. Sorry. With regards to Mr. Butland, this guy, he's just not. He just isn't developing at all. Like, well, as fast as he should do. He's playing week in, week out for Birmingham in the Championship, and he's just not developing. His stats, for me, don't represent what he's like in real life. I don't think they do. So that's not realistic, I don't believe, because he's a future. Not a number one because of his age. His age is too close to Joe Hart. So I think Joe Hart will always be, until the next generation, Joe Hart will be the number one goalkeeper, but he's certainly a future number two stroke rotation with Joe Hart for England, because he's a beast in real life, but in the game he's just not that well represented. So yeah, that sort of sums up the squad. With regards to some other players, another business that went down in the game, Junior Hoylett. Bojan went to Manchester City. This guy is a beast, former Barcelona player. They did have a clause on him, I believe, but to bring him back, but they haven't. Mario Balotelli's unhappy. I could move for Balotelli. That would complete this series. They've got a really good team. Jordan Henderson, they've bought it. What? Whoa, they've done quite a lot of business actually. Whoa. Quite a lot of business. Robert Green. How is Robert Green getting on? Yeah, he's not playing at all. Awesome. Awesome. Right. So a few guys. Gareth Barry went to Wolves. A few players left. Chelsea lost Mata to Barcelona in the end. As you can see here. They haven't done anything. They were quite happy with their squad, which is surprising because they're down the table a little bit. Arsenal, I don't think, did very much at all. I can't believe Newcastle are still so high. Haven't they lost anyone? No, not really. No, they haven't lost anyone since Werner Nieto in the summer. But they've brought in Mark Wil. Why did they buy Mark? What the hell? Why, when you're second in the Premiership, you don't buy him? They've got some okay players, I think, but I'm surprised they've not lost Johan Gabay, Hatem Ben Arfa, Czech Tiote, Demba Ba, Papa Cisse. They've not lost these players yet, which is staggering to me, because normally these players go instantly to PSG, Chelsea, Manchester City. I've always seen them go to, so that's surprising. With regards to the teams that are owned by tycoons now, or Schausch, what are they called? As you can see here, were bought by a tycoon. What did they do? I've not seen what they've done. In January, they just bought a loan in. Okay, that's not representative of what a tycoon does, so okay. Malaga, also owned by a tycoon now, and they did all their business in January. They brought in Pedro. Well, why did they get Pedro Leon on a free? Whoa, I was going for him. No. Why? Why? No, oh! No! I could have gone for Pedro Leon on a free. Oh, that sucks, because I was tracking him. I was being quoted £10 million for the bastard. Oh, fuck. Right, okay. Pedro Leon. Stefan Radu, another player I was tracking, but I chose not to get him. And then Ivan Badalowski as well. So not a huge amount was done by them. To be honest though, it is only January and teams don't tend to spend too much in January, so that's kind of understandable. But yeah, that sort of wraps up this episode. I leave you. We are currently in 6th. Next episode will feature a live comment. It will be against. I'll probably do a Bolton game, to be honest. I don't know. Actually, that reminds me. Probably Pedro was not the biggest shock in this window. It wasn't what we did with transfers. Trust me. This was the biggest deal. David Ngog went to Real Madrid for £11.5 million. Yeah. £11.5 million, David Ngog to Real Madrid. He's now a Galactico. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that is just ridiculous. So, yeah, leave a like for that one. Leave a like for all the signings we've made, and if you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time.